For our workout today, we are going to be working on lower body, but first we're going to start off with our warm-up. So 3 rounds of this. We're going to start off with lizard walks. So you're going to either start in a standing position or a plank position, and I'll kind of show you both. So lizard walks, you can either step forward, release your opposite hand to the ground, and then twist your other hand up towards the sky. Now you have the option here to either put your hand back down, stay in a plank position, and then draw the foot to the other side. Or you can walk your hands back up to standing and then step forward, release your opposite hand to the ground, and then find the stretch. So you're going to alternate between each of those 5 times total per side. Then you're going to come down to the ground. We're going to go into a hip circle circuit. There's going to be 4 total movements, and you're going to do each of these movements 5 times per side. So you're going to be in your tabletop position, wrists stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. And you can draw your one knee into the side, depending on which side you start with, just so you have a little bit more stabilization. So circuit number 1, you're going to rotate your knee out to the side without compromising dipping your other hip. So try to keep your hips as stable as possible. You're going to go up and down with the knee at a 90-degree angle with control, finding that position where you need to stop 5 times. Then you're going to draw your leg out nice and straight behind you, bend at the knee, curve the knee in towards your armpit, and then straight back out. Open up the knee, curve it in towards your armpit, straight back out. You're going to go there for 5 times. Then you're going to go knee in towards the armpit, rotate the knee out externally, rotate it out, straighten the leg, come back through. Knee in, knee rotates out, rotate the knee towards the ground, straighten the leg, back in. And then last but not least, for 5 reps, your leg is going to go straight out by your side, and you're going to use your glute med, your hips, to pull up as high as you can for 5 reps. Trying to focus on not rotating or rounding your spine to one way. Try to keep your spine as straight as possible. 5 little reps with control. Then you'll complete this on the other side. The last warm-up, you're going to get into a squat position, whatever is comfortable for you. You're going to send your hips back and down, hinge at the hips, reach towards your toes, and then you're going to sink your hips as far down as you can into a squat position. If you can't touch your toes, it's all good. Maybe hold on to your shins. Feel the stretch through your hamstrings, positioning all the way in your toes when you come into that forward fold, and then rock all your way back onto your heels in the squat. You're going to go back and forth. And then once you're done 3 rounds of this, you're going to go right into your first superset. Alright, so superset number 1, we're going to start off with tempo squats. Just body weight, but we're going to use that tempo to make it extra straight fire flames for your glutes and your legs. So you're going to come into a comfortable squat position that could be a little bit wider than hip distance apart, toes facing out in a 45-degree angle, or maybe straight forward, wherever you comfortably like to squat. And our tempo today is going to be a 3-0-1-1, meaning we're going to go 3 seconds down, 1 second pause at the ground, and then 1 second to shoot back up to start. So we're going to go send our hips back, at the same time pressing your knees forward towards your toes. 3, 2, 1. 1 second pause, 1 second shoot back up. 3, 2, 1. Find your parallel or your ending point. 1 second. Press back up. I want you to think about a string pulling your knees forward and a string pulling your hips back at the same time simultaneously as you come down while keeping your upper body nice and upright. Alright, you're going to go there for your rep range, whatever is comfortable for you. And then you're going to come into reverse lunges. You're going to step forward, making sure you have room behind you, and you're going to step 1 foot back behind you, almost like you're on railroad tracks, so they're not tracked over one another. They're more like this, a little bit of distance between them. You're going to bend down so that your front knee is stacked over front ankle, and back knee is under your hip. You're going to press back up. Step back down, press back up. You're going to go through your desired rep range, side to side, or even alternating as long as you count the total. Take 30 seconds to a minute rest and then hop back in. All right, so superset number 2, we're gonna go into glute bridges and some single leg deadlifts. So we're gonna come onto the ground. You're gonna make sure that your heels scooch nice and close to you so that they're close to being under your knees. Hands by your sides, and feet are gonna be hip distance apart or wider. You're gonna push your hips up towards the sky, squeezing the glutes, making sure the tension is on the whole time, and then with control, coming back down towards the ground. Squeeze up, release back down. Go through your desired rep range, and then you'll move on to single leg deadlifts. So you're gonna plant one foot down onto the ground, find a gazing point on the ground. I just find this helps keep my balance. So you're gonna keep your shoulders rolled down and back so your upper body is staying in nice, good posture. Free foot is going to rotate behind you as you stretch your fingertips towards the ground. You're going to feel a stretch to this front hamstring. You're going to keep this back heel nice and active, so toes drawn towards the ground. Stand all the way tall. Rotate there and back. And you don't have to take your leg as high as I'm going. It might even look here. As long as you're feeling the stretch through that hamstring of that standing leg, that is all I'm looking for. You're going to go through your desired rep range from side to side. Take 30 seconds to a minute rest in between rounds. For your final circuit today, you're going to go through step-ups, either onto a chair or a bench or maybe even your couch. And then we're going to go right into Cossack squats followed by half kneeling Turkish get-ups. So for our step-ups, you can take any desired height. If you have any knee issues, maybe try stepping up onto a stepping stool, just so you can really focus on what I'm going to be talking about. So when I want you to step up, I want you to focus on keeping this knee from dipping inwards or dipping outwards. Most of the time it's dipping inwards, so try to keep it stacked over that front ankle as you press up. Stand tall, and then with control come back down. Make sure that the knee doesn't dip down on the way back down. Release your foot, alternating it up. Same thing as you're coming. So you're alternating the feet as you go, up and down, moving with control. Then you're going to come into Cossack squats. So you're going to take your feet nice and wide, toes facing out in a 45-degree angle, and your knee is going to trace a line towards your big toe, keeping your hips open on this side. Sink as low as you can without bringing this other foot up. Stand all the way nice and tall, upper body's upright, sink into that other hip. You're going to go side to side here. You might even hear your hips popping. Mine always do. And then last but not least is going to be your half kneeling Turkish get-ups. So you're going to start off in a lunge position, like so, almost like Captain Morgan's position. And you're going to draw your back toe, actually anchor it towards yourself. This hand of the opposite foot is going to come down towards the ground. You're going to reach your other hand towards the sky. The first step of our Turkish get-up, or a half kneeling Turkish get-up, is to rotate that back foot out into the lunge position. Use your core to stand tall. And then just from here, we're going to come into a lunge position, still with this hand overhead. Rotate back down. It's in that Captain Morgan's pose. Rotate the foot in. Free hand goes to the ground. And then we're back to start. And you're going to do this on both sides. Remember to take 1 minute rest in between rounds. Have fun with it, guys.